Hi, I'm Barbara Thompson. I'm a pulmonary hypertension patient. We used to do weddings, a family business. We did everything: photography, video, cakes, catering, flowers, directing, reception hall, chapel. But the last thing I remember in April of 2000 was getting a bride down the aisle. And then I don't remember anything until December of 2002, because when your brain is not getting oxygen, you don't remember things. I became bedridden, and Chuck took me to 14 different doctors before I was diagnosed. The 14th doctor had just graduated from medical school, so he was a little gung-ho with stuff, and thank God he was. And he said, nobody has bronchitis this long. Let's take an echocardiogram, see what's going on. So he did that, and he called back in about a week, and he said, you probably need to come in the office and let's talk about this. And I said, well, what's going on? And he said, pulmonary hypertension. I said, all I heard was hypertension. And I said, okay, hey, give me a pill and we're ready to go. And he said, it's a little bit more complicated than that. Then I had right heart cath, and even though my numbers were very low at 27, 31, I was class 4. They said that for our daughter that was getting married very soon, that to move her wedding date up if they wanted me to be there. They basically gave me 6 to 9 months to survive, and December 12th of 2018, it'll be 16 years. It's been very frustrating because people aren't aware of the disease. I wear Zebra every day to help raise awareness. I developed a little card that explains the zebra analogy on one side and a little bit about PH, or pulmonary hypertension, on the other side. And so I give those out on a regular basis. I've probably given out 5,000 or 6,000 of them over the years. That's the purpose of wearing Zebra every day, 365 days a year. When people look at me funny, I'll take a card out of my pocket. Pants always have to have pockets. Whip out a card and give it to them and say, this is why I wear Zebra. Just take a look at it. This will explain the Zebra analogy to you a little bit, and pulmonary hypertension on the other side. And then I'm on my way again so that they don't feel like that they're compromised. And I'll tell cashiers, we'll say something about the oxygen, and I'll give them a card and say, well, just read this when you get a chance. My mother-in-law died from pulmonary hypertension, as did my sister-in-law, and probably a grandfather-in-law. So it's familial on my husband's side, and then it's idiopathic on my side. People need to be aware of it, because like my sister-in-law went to bed one night and didn't wake up the next morning, and she was 35 years old. At the autopsy is where they saw that there was a problem with the pulmonary artery. It had constricted, and they said that that was the reason for her passing. If you don't understand something, ask. If you don't understand that, get on the Facebook groups. There's always somebody on Facebook that, can answer your question. I have a list of places that will explain pulmonary hypertension in lay terms, as well as scientific terms or medical terms, that I send those links to different people so they can understand what's going on with their body. One thing that I wish I had known that a doctor didn't tell me was that this is not a death sentence. There is hope. Try to stay upbeat. Wear Zebra. My mission in all of this is that, when a woman feels a lump in her breast, she goes to her doctor and says, could this be breast cancer? I want when a person has shortness of breath, fatigue, bluish tint to their lips, nail beds, swollen ankles, the extreme fatigue, which was my worst thing, and also hoarseness because of the enlarged pulmonary artery. But when they have those symptoms, I want to go to the doctor and say, could this be pulmonary hypertension? I'm Barbara Thompson, and I know that I'm rare.